Five greatest alternative pyramids from around the world. Number 5. The Roman Pyramid. We associate the Romans with amphitheaters, temples, and statues, but one thing we don't tend to think of is pyramids. Well, think again. Smack bang in the middle of Rome is a 2,000-year-old, 121-foot-high pyramid. The Romans had only recently made Egypt a province, and were obviously impressed with their huge tombs to ancient kings. "I like the sound of that," a Roman magistrate called Gaius Cassius probably said, and had one built for himself, Roman style, upon his death. Alas, as with the Egyptian pyramids, advertising your tomb in such grand style isn't always a good idea. Both his body and the pyramid's other contents were plundered in antiquity. Number 4. The Great Pyramid of Caligula. What's the biggest pyramid in the world? The Great Pyramid of Giza. No, there's actually one that's twice as big. Though not as tall as the Great Pyramid of Egypt, the Great Pyramid of Caligula, which also has the less catchy name of Tlahueltepetl, is much wider. It can be found in Central East Mexico, and was built over a period of 1,000 years, from the 3rd century BC to the 9th century AD. Some say that it was built by a giant called Zelwa, but archaeologists, predictably, disagree. They claim that the pyramid was constructed by a series of ancient Mexican civilizations, who added layer upon layer over the years. These days it's quite overgrown, and doing its best impression of a hill, so much so that the Spanish built a church on it in the 16th century. Number 3. Chinese pyramids. Everybody thinks of Egypt as the pyramid capital of the world, but there's another country that has twice as many pyramids, Sudan. Located directly to the south of modern Egypt, they were mostly built around the 3rd century BC, around 800 years after the last Egyptian pyramids were built. There are more than 250 of them, ranging from 20 feet to 120 feet high. Many of these have only been discovered in the last few years, suggesting that either the Sudanese were fantastic at hiding their pyramids, or that archaeologists prefer more glamorous locations in which carry out their digging. Number 2. The upside-down Slovakian pyramid. You spend months getting your drawings and measurements perfect, only to have the builders read your plans the wrong way round. That looks like what happened in 1983, for the construction of the 262-foot-high Slovak radio building, in Bratislava, Slovakia. Inside is a concert hall, and it proudly boasts one of the largest organs in Slovakia. If you're visiting in a group, make sure everyone is spread around evenly. It looks like it could topple at any moment. Number 1. The Pyramid of Mars. Why restrict pyramid building to our own planet? The Curiosity rover sent by NASA to examine Mars found something rather curious. This pyramid looks like it's been copied from the ancient Egyptian ones, or perhaps it's the other way round. NASA scientists say that the pyramid is most likely the product of wind erosion, but in the minds of ancient aliens theorists, it's hard evidence that our world today has been shaped by mystical space aliens from Mars. One thing is for sure, however, if the aliens who built this rock were the ones who visited Earth, they must have been pretty tiny. The Pyramid of Mars is about the same size as a football,